Let us continue with our coding projects, and I'll show you a simple website for beginners. It only uses HTML and some simple CSS stuff. We have a menu, a footer, a logo on the left, and a main H1, H2 paragraph in center. Let me size this down a little bit. It's responsive, as you can see. At first, the code might look a little bit intimidating for beginners, but don't worry, we'll go over this step by step. The image I've used from Unsplash, it's free to use, so you can download it here, but I will also create a folder via Dropbox, put it in the video description. You will find the index, so the code, and the two images that we're going to use. First is this ocean background, second is for the logo, and I'm going to link to my YouTube channel. You can delete this link if you want to. You can get rid of the entire paragraph if you want to add something else here. And as I've mentioned in the footer, anyone can use this. So I don't care about possible copyrights. I don't even know if I would have them, but whatever I code here, you can use that in any way you want. Let us start with a blank notepad, and we'll create the boilerplate. So doc type HTML, we need HTML tag, language English, and I need to close this. And we need a head and a body. Head is for the meta information, and we will add our style later on, so the CSS part here as well. And the body will contain the actual content. Let us start with meta char set, UDF-8, this is what you usually need to define the character set. And we want to make it responsive, so we use viewport, content width equals device width, and the initial scale set to 1.0. We'll also add a title, my first website. It's going to be visible in the browser tab. And then afterwards we will add style information. For now, we'll keep that blank. And we'll start with our body. We have three segments, the header, the main, and the footer. Header will contain the logo and the navigation bar, main, the headlines, paragraph, and the footer information will be at the bottom. Let me paste the footer stuff. You can easily replace this text. If we now have a different year when you watch this tutorial, just change 2023 to whatever, change the text. But it's a good idea to keep add copy, semicolon, as it gives you this copyright sign. Now let us add information to the main, and then the footer will be visible. We'll add our H1, the H2, and then there's the paragraph. Again, you can change this text inside of the tags, but keep the tags. Notepad always jumps back to this position. So let me make this window a bit bigger, and we can see our anchor tag right here. I've added an href value, which is a link to my YouTube channel. If you want to have something different here, just add a different URL. You can just copy this from your browser window. And I have set it to target_blank, which opens it in a new tab. So it's a good idea to keep that when you want to change the tag. Keep target equals _blank. Let's take care of the header. We have an image for our logo and the navigation bar. Navigation bar will contain an unordered list, but let's take care of the image first. I'll just add placeholders for now. I've set navigation bar, we need unordered list and list items inside, and every list item will be a link. First one, I'll make it home. And if we add an href now, it's going to be a link. I'll just add this hashtag sign as a placeholder. Once again, add a URL if you want to have that here. And usually you don't want to have an _blank as a target in your navigation bar, so omit this. I've added some more for blog, portfolio, about, and contact, so that we have this list now. You can add parts here to your navigation bar or get rid if you don't want that. And it's always the same format. We almost got everything covered in our body. And we will take care of the style, but first let's actually add a logo. I will put that in the folder that I'm going to link to. Here's our index, then the ocean image, ocean JPG, and there I have an SVG, which is a logo. You can right click and then find SVG right here. So I need to change the source for the logo. It's called logo, so I can keep that, but the file type is SVG, and now it's there. It's white, so we can't see it on a white background, but it has resized everything below it. So we definitely have added something here. And here's our ocean JPG. So that's the image I've downloaded from Unsplash, and I've renamed it to ocean. It's a JPG. And we can now add that to our body to make it the background. And we need to do that, or we can do that in our style. So here's the CSS part. Let me format it like this. So body selector, then background image. And here we'll add the URL. In my case, I've put it in the same folder as my index, so I only need the image name ocean and then the file type. And it should already be visible, and it is, but it's way too big for our image size, so we only see this top part in our browser window. But now we can also see the logo, which was white. Our logo.svg. Let us fix the background image first by using background size. Make it cover. Now we can see it, but the bottom part doesn't look good. It gets repeated. We don't want to have that. So we'll change background attachment to fixed, and now this is what we want. Only a single image background. It covers the entire browser window. Let's reset the margin to 0. Same for the padding. This is just to have it reset for all elements. I'll set the display to flex. And then change the flex direction to column. Justify content, align items, and we'll set the minimum height. Overflow, I'll make it hidden. This is going to get rid of scroll bars. I'm going to show this in the end. So if we don't add that, we would have scroll bars at the right and bottom. But this is only going to be visible when we've added all of the styling. Let us take care of our header now. It contains the logo and the navigation bar. Make it flex yet again. Justify the content, align items, and we'll add a width of 100% so that it spans the entire browser window, and add a padding. Let's take care of our H1, H2, and the paragraph. We want to have the text aligned to center. We want to make it white. And then I want to have different font sizes for H1, H2, and P, our paragraph. So I'll target that one by one. 80, 40, 20 should be fine. Let's take care of our footer. It's there right now, but we can barely see it. There is not enough contrast. So we'll change the background color. Then we'll change the font color. We'll align it to center, add some padding. And we have to make it span the entire width of the browser. So 100% yet again. Now it's visible, contrast is good enough. Let's target our unordered list in the navigation bar. At first we'll get rid of the bullet points by using list style none. Then we'll set the padding to 0, display flex, font size, I'll increase it. We now have it in the same horizontal line, and it's bigger. Well, we need some spacing in between these list items, so I'll target that, navigation, unordered list, specific list item inside. I'll add a margin, and for the last list item in my unordered list, I want to have a bigger margin so that it's a little bit more to the left. So I use nav ULLE last child, in this case this is contact. But if you add more, you don't have to fix this. It's going to be applied to the last element, and I'll make it 50. Now let us target the anchor text inside. So navigation A, I will set the text decoration to none to get rid of the underline, and we'll set the color to white. Now we'll have to make the logo a little bit smaller. We have used an ID for it, therefore we can use the ID selector, hashtag logo. Set the width to 50 pixels. And then we want to have a little bit of a separation from the left, so I set the margin to 20 pixels. And this looks way better now. And this was already it. As I said, I wanted to show you the scroll bar. So let me cut out the overflow right here. And I'll refresh the page. For now you can see there is no scroll bar. Doesn't even matter what browser size we have. It's being resized responsively. So now overflow, I cut it out, refresh, and now we have scroll bars, and to get rid of them, we need the overflow hidden. Once again, you can find the entire code via the link in the video description. You can use it in any way you want. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.